So I want you to imagine yourself 6 months into the future, maybe even longer. And then I want you to reflect back to this moment in time, right? This new moon in Aquarius that's happening on the 29th of January, 2025. I wonder how many of you will realize the significance of this moment and how this is where it all began when you look back at your life and you realize what has actually changed. Because this new moon, it's not just in like the beginning of a new lunar cycle. This is the turning point for what will eventually become the way that 2025 will actually shape up and the changes that are going to take place in your life. I know that you've been experiencing the stirrings of new energy. I know that you've been witnessing and seeing where new experiences and new opportunities, as well as the reordering of reality taking place. So we've got Jupiter turning direct, we've got Uranus turning direct, and we've also got the nodes shifting into the Virgo Pisces axis. They've already begun to start changing the collective narrative, and it's already started to prompt you to begin seeing what's changing within your life. So in this video, what I'm going to do is break down all of the astrological transits that I think are important for this new moon. And I'm going to try to show you exactly how to take advantage of the opportunities, as well as make sense of some of the challenges that we might have to go through with this new moon. And of course, the most important thing, show you exactly why I consider this to be probably one of the most powerful new moons that we're going to experience throughout 2025. So let's get into it. Now, you may be noticing that there's a sense of anticipation in your life right now. You may be recognizing that there is something's wanting to shift, right? Something's wanting to change within your life, even if it's subtle. That's the new moon working through us right now, right? That's the new moon present. And it's facilitating the opportunity for new adventures, new experiences, new opportunities, new potential for growth, a new ordering, right, within your life to take place. And this is being also facilitated deeply by Jupiter moving direct and Uranus also turning direct. Both are going to be occurring within like 5 days, 6 days of each other. When we take a look at Uranus itself, Uranus moving direct in Taurus, let's start off by understanding what this retrograde phase was about. Now, for the most of us, this Uranus retrograde has been subtly working in the background, prompting you to evaluate the position of your value structure, what you consider to be important in your life, what you consider to be a prioritization. See, the way that we order our lives and the way that we prioritize things is actually coming from a deep underlying sense of a survival instinct. Like it's a recognition of needs. And then from there, we build value. We associate value with those needs, and then we start to prioritize those needs and those values in an order. And then that's how we actually make sense of our lives. That's how we accomplish things. That's how we decide what's important in our lives, what's not. And of course, during this retrograde phase, there's been intense but subtle investigation into what that is for you. So you might have been clearing out, as we've talked about in previous videos, relationship patterns that no longer work for you. You've been clearing out certain attachments to behaviorisms and people and situations and jobs, etc., that you know don't align with where you are currently and emotionally with your life right now. Okay. But you also may not know exactly what it means to go forward with a new set of values. That's where we are now with this Uranus direct. See, Uranus has not been in a direct motion with the South Node and North Nodes being in Virgo Pisces. Remember, that's just recently shifted. So this South Node, North Node shift that took place on the 6th of January hasn't even had the opportunity for our new set of value systems to actually be coming into like reality. We've just been recognizing that there are things that we just didn't want. So now that Uranus is moving direct, there is a acknowledgement of what types of prioritizations do you want in your life. Are you prioritizing freedom? Are you prioritizing security? Are you prioritizing family time? Like, you will know within yourself what types of subtle shifts have happened. And this new moon is the nudge for you to say, right, we're ready to now start actioning on that. Jupiter, on the other hand, has had a very similar effect as well, but instead of it being around your essential needs and your values and then how you prioritize, it's been more around the types of philosophies or perspectives that you will have around your values or your needs that build your priorities. So if you have a set of values and you have a certain set of belief systems around that, if you've shifted your value structure, well, so is your perspective, the way that you frame your life. So Jupiter's retrograde has also been helping you re-intellectualize and re-establish what type of thinking patterns you have around your value structure, to give words and language to the new version of yourself. So as Jupiter moves direct, it starts to give you the opportunity to flush out and actualize and give voice to these new perspectives, these new fresh perspectives that you've got, and how they lead to new opportunities for potential growth in your life. Now, this new moon is also going to be impacting the way that Mars and Venus are playing out in the sky at the moment. You may be noticing that your choices in your life right now are becoming more aligned with the set of values and priorities that you want in your life that feel aligned and authentic. And you may also be noticing that there are certain emotional responses that you are feeling that are actually revealing where there is a disconnect towards the part of your life that feels honest and real and the part of your life that feels like it's fading away. And that is a good thing. So if we take a look at the significance of Mars retrograde, Mars, as we know, has been retrograde in Cancer for some time. And it's now forming this relationship to Neptune, this trine. Mars has been consistently requiring incredible amounts of patience from you to reflect on, in a very introverted way, the types of emotional responses that you have to the situation in your life, right? The current situation. If you notice there's an emotional response that makes you close down, withdraw, and feels like it's not resonating with you anymore, that's Mars saying, hey, here's where life is withering away, it's decaying, it's no longer where your highest purpose is, your highest potential, where what actually excites you, right? So notice that. Mars, on the other hand, has also been, through this process, creating enough space for you emotionally to say, hey, there are some choices in your life that if you start making that amplify or align with values that are real and honest for yourself, you're actually going to make progress. So right now, this new moon is saying we've reached a point where Mars has done quite a significant amount of internal reflection, and it's giving you the opportunity to say, I'm ready to start emotionally investing in the parts of my life that actually align with what is true for me, that makes me feel like I'm actually moving in a direction that is honest in my life, that resonates, that is truthful, that allows me to live in alignment with a set of ideals that inspire me. And this is the potential. Now, Venus is going to be connecting to Neptune as part of this new moon, right? And in fact, the new moon is going to happen, and then a couple of days later, we're going to have this incredible conjunction with Venus, Neptune, and the North Node in Pisces. What this signifies is the binary between what has decayed in your life that no longer actually is real and alive, and what is actually inspiring and exciting and eventful, and that feels like you want to continue to go in that direction and build something from that energy, from that excitement. So it's both a disillusioning energy where you're becoming progressively detached and empty in some place. And you're also at the same time recognizing that there are moments, glimmers, maybe even large amounts of emotional responses that feel like, yes, this feels right. This feels good. This is where I want to put my energy into. And remember, that's exactly it. Where do I want to put my energy? This is also, by the way, this relationship between Venus and Mars in the chart is also incredibly significant because it sets the tone for the nodal shift that is taking place with the North Node moving through Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. And if you haven't watched that video, by the way, I encourage you to check that out. It looks like this. And in there, I talk about how the nodes will go through a process of renewal and decay, right? This astrological alignment between Mars and Venus is prompting the renewal process, the decay and renewal process. And part of your life will begin to experience the fraying away of anything that doesn't actually align with you and feels true and honest, and begin to give you the space to say, hey, I'm ready for something new. Now, we haven't had the full opportunity to witness and see how the nodes shifting into Virgo Pisces will be shaping and impacting our lives going forward, right? We haven't had enough time yet for us to fully start to see it manifest within our lives. But to give you an outline of what's happening here and the way that this new moon is facilitating rapid change, but also the possibility and the opportunity for a shift in a new direction that feels good for you, the way that this nodal axis will play out is that as you step into a newer version of yourself that's aligned with values and priorities that are actually honest and true for yourself, and you've got a fresh set of perspectives that actually supports those new values, right? Those new priorities, the things that you think are valuable to you in your life. You also need to have a sense of order in your life that aligns with this new place, this new perspective that you have, right? This new set of choices, emotional choices that you want to make. You need a new order. So the South Node, North Node will facilitate the reshaping of how you've ordered your life in the past and how you want to order it going forward. So think of it as a renewal of energy, right? To create more calmness within your life, to create more groundedness so that you can feel more present and more connected with a reality that is deeply meaningful and honest and true to yourself, right? The one that actually feels like you're living in alignment with a sense of purpose. So the Virgo Pisces is shaping the way that your sense of order will take place, and will continue to keep accelerating this. And so you want to be looking at your life and seeing where the patterns of the past have become cluttered or are no longer working for you. You want to recognize that, and you want to start to, as I said, make choices, emotional choices that honors your future. So you may be noticing some subtle fraying away, right? Decaying of parts of your life that are just falling apart, right? And you want to allow some of that to take place because that's no longer what you want to hold on to. So this is very much about understanding what you want to hold on to and what you're ready to actually say, this is no longer for me going forward. And as I said, the new moon, along with Jupiter and Uranus turning direct, will absolutely accelerate this process, and you'll start to feel this continued sense of striving forward in a direction that is true to yourself. So my closing reflections for this new moon is this. And by the way, I forgot to mention though, but for those of you that are not aware yet, we actually are starting a workshop series where I'm going to be breaking down all the major astrological alignments that are going to be taking place in 2025, like the eclipses, the significance of the retrogrades with Mars and Venus, as well as all of the major shifts that are taking place with Neptune and Saturn and Jupiter and Uranus going into different signs. And I'm going to be helping you align with those energies so that you know what opportunities to take and what types of challenges you need to prepare for. Okay, so I'm going to leave a link to sign up for that workshop down in the description. I hope to see you there. It would be an honor to be able to give you the perspective that's needed to align with 2025 so that you can truly take advantage of it. Like, that's the goal here. So my reflections for this new moon. Firstly, it's an energy pattern that asks you to look at the future version of yourself and imagine what types of choices you can make now that sets you in the direction for that future self. Because you know that there are some energies and some feelings at the moment of a new shift taking place, right? You're ready to start prioritizing new things in your life that actually aligns you with your future self, the one that you want to live by. So this new moon is a prompt towards recognizing the emotional responses, recognizing the values that you've been working hard on to try to understand, what's important for you, what you think is significant, what you want to value within your life, what you think is your needs. All of that's now ready, right? And you're like, okay, let's start emotionally understanding how I can make choices that meets and honors these new patterns within my life. And of course, the nodal axis of South Node in Virgo and North Node in Pisces continues to keep helping you shape the narrative that you use that helps you grow towards the version of yourself that feels deeply empowered, that feels connected to something that's meaningful, that helps you move away from the things that are not actually true in your life anymore, that you know aren't healthy and you know that you don't value anymore, right? This new moon, as I said, is the moment that pivots you to the future you want to have. If you're ready to take advantage of that, then that's what this new moon presents us with. This is a major turning point, and it does signal the way that 2025 is going to change for us, right? This is it. This is where everything changes, not only because of these major conjunctions taking place in such a short period of time, but it also speaks to a entirely new paradigm, right? We're ready to embrace a new paradigm, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new way of believing, a new set of choices. And so why not take advantage of it? Okay, so that's my thoughts for this new moon. I really hope that it gives you something of value. I would love to hear in your comment section exactly what you think about this new moon and what are the things that you're ready to change. I know I've been creating quite a lot of videos recently emphasizing this, but I'm hoping you're also getting the message that I think as an astrologer, this is truly significant. So I would love to hear that. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe this video and help the channel grow. Share this video to anybody that you think is important. And if you are wanting to join us on the workshop, if you want me to help you really distill the purpose and the meaning, and to take a look at the transits and guide you through what is important and what to take advantage of and what is not going to be significant, how to navigate the challenges, then don't forget there's a link in the description down below to sign up, okay? All right, everybody, have an amazing rest of the week, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.